Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now for this video I thought to talk about the horror films of Suzy Kendall, who happens to be one of my all-time favourite British actresses. She's not only made horror movies and thriller movies, she's also made all other movies as well and other genres like To Say With Love and movies like that, Up the Junction, movies like that, and she's had bit parts as well in TV series like The Persuaders, But as I say, for this video, I want to concentrate on the horror movies. She has not made all that many, really. Well, the horror thriller movies that Suzy Kendall has made. Okay, then, guys, before I start the video, just a little positive biography of Suzy Kendall, if you're not familiar with her. Suzy Kendall is a British actress. She was once married to Dudley Moore, and as I say, she appeared in a string of horror thriller movies as well as ordinary movies as well, and in addition to that, as I say, she's appeared in different as guest star in different TV series and that. Lovely lady and a very, very talented actress, yeah. Okay then, guys, she's very good in Fear is the Key as well, with the Alistair MacLean story with Barry Newman, who played Petrocelli, yeah. Okay then, guys, but as I say, I'm concentrating on horror thrillers for this movie. I've just for this video, and I've selected all the horror thrillers, but the main horror thriller movies that Suzy's made and that, yeah. Okay then, guys, without further ado, let's just get the ball rolling. And I'm going to start off. These movies are in no particular order, I should emphasise. They're just ones that, the main ones that I picked. But I am going to end it with my all-time favourite Suzy Kendall movie, but more on that later. Okay then, guys, we're going to start with number one, Spasmo, from 1974. Now, this was the movie, guys, that first drew Suzy Kendall to my attention. Prior to my viewing Spasmo, I didn't know anything about it at all. So when I watched Spasmo, I thought, wow, she's a great actress and a very, very lovely lady as well. Okay then, guys, so if you're not familiar with the plot of Spasmo, it follows the adventures of this guy, Christian. The movie starts off like one day, well, I think it's the night time. He's walking along this deserted beach with his girlfriend, comes across this woman's body. I won't give too much away, guys, in case you haven't seen it. He comes across this woman's body on the beach, but they think she's dead, but it turns out that she's not dead. And the next day, he goes to a party on a yacht, and would you believe it, the woman's there, he sort of like, he bags off with the woman, as we say here on Merseyside, and he takes her back to the, I think it takes her back to the hotel, and just as the pair are going to get down to a little bit of a rumpy pumpy.
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
Thank you, Dick. Just as going to get down to a little bit, the door bursts open, and this gunman, it could burst into the room and that, and all hell breaks loose basically, and so he beats Christian up, but Christian manages to get the gun and he shoots him with his own gun, but then later on, they find that the corpse is missing, and then that's when all kinds of strange, weird things start to happen. But yeah, if you haven't seen Spasmo, guys, I highly recommend it. And one of the most, Suzy Kendall's brilliance in it, by the way, as Barbara, the love rival. This movie is its most endearing memory is the weird scenes of the mannequins clad in lingerie, hanging up on the branches in the woods and that, yeah. Very, very strange movie at times, but a very, very enjoyable movie, and a great twist at the end. So, and as I say, this was the movie that introduced me to Suzy Kendall, Spasmo. Not many people talk about it, but I highly recommend it. Okay then, guys, so that's starting the Suzy Kendall lineup of films. That is Spasmo from 1974. Number two on my list is Torso from 1973. Again, like Spasmo, a very, very enjoyable movie. And this features Suzy Kendall as an art student who gets embroiled in a string of brutal murders by this mysterious mass killer. But oh yeah, very enjoyable movie. And lovely cinematography, lovely shots of Perugia, Italy. Got a really brutal mass killer, and I particularly like the part where Suzy Kendall, she goes off to this house like with her friends and that, and she's coming down the stairs and she sprains her ankle so she can find upstairs and that. But as she's confined upstairs, this killer breaks into the house and she's helpless. She's just standing there at the top of the stairs and she's just watching this killer slaughtering all of her friends and that in the house. Oh, it's really good, guys. If you haven't seen Torso, I highly recommend it. It's a great, and I say, lovely cinematography, stellar performance by Suzy Kendall. Really, really recommend it. Yeah, and this is definitely one of Suzy's best movies. So that is Torso from 1973. Great movie. Highly recommend it. Number 3 on my list of Suzy Kendall horror thriller movies is Assault from 1971. Now, this follows Suzy Kendall, who plays an art teacher who goes undercover, basically offers herself up as bait to trap this Craze serial killer rapist who's been terrorising schoolgirls and that, in the vicinity. But again, a fantastic Suzy Kendall movie. The Blu-ray, what I've got, the picture quality is absolutely gorgeous. It really is, and one of the best thriller movies of the 1970s, in my opinion. A hugely entertaining movie that will keep you gripped right to the end, and that really enjoyable movie. Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's number 3 on my list of Suzy Kendall horror thriller movies, and that is Assault from 1971. Also stars the very, very young Leslie Ann Down, by the way. Great movie. Number 4 on my list is Tales That Witnessed Madness from 1973. Now, this is basically a horror anthology movie, and in the framing story, we've got Donald Pleasance as a head psychiatrist of this mental asylum. The usual thing, like, so many stories and that, a twist at the end. But the segment I would like to talk about that features Suzy Kendall is one called Penny Farthing. And in that one, Suzy Kendall plays the girlfriend of this guy's an antiques dealer, and he inherits this this portrait and this penny farthing from his aunt and that, and it's the cursed. The objects seem to be cursed because they come to life, and as I say, all hell breaks loose and that. I love the part where he gets on the penny farthing and he's riding on the penny farthing, and it takes him back in time to the Victorian days and that. Oh, it's a great one, this guy's, and Suzy Kendall's fantastic as his girlfriend and that. Looking as lovely as ever and that. Yeah. So one of the best, very underrated horror anthology movie, Tales of Witness Madness. So if you haven't seen it, guys, and you like Suzy Kendall, add that one to your collection. So there you go, guys. Number 4 on my list, that is Tales That Witness Madness, and that is from 1973. Great movie. Number 5 on my list is Craze from 1974. Now, this stars Jack Palance. He plays a crazed proprietor of an antique shop, and what he does, he indulges in satanic practices and rituals and that to sort of boost his business, and that entails he's got this a weird black African doll idol, and he sacrifices women to it and that. Oh, it's really bloody. It's a really brutal movie, this, guys, and Jack Palance is really on the money playing this crazed antique dealer, devil worshipping antique dealer. It's one of my favourite movies. I was really pleased to get it recently on Blu-ray. Yeah, one of the best horror movies of the 1970s. And Suzy Kendall hasn't really got a great big part in this. She just basically plays a prostitute who basically just becomes entangled in Jack Palance's murderous activities. And I love Michael Jason as well, who plays the police inspector who's sort of on the trail of Jack Palance and that, who are very serious and that, and very sarcastic. I love Michael Jason. He's made many great movies. He was in the 1973 TV series J&A, where he played Mr. Rochester. Truly fine actor. Yeah, but as I say, guys, Suzy Kendall hasn't got all that bigger parts in this, but what you see of her, she's fantastic as usual. So there you go, guys. That's number 5 on my list, and that is Craze from 1974, starring Jack Palance. Finally, guys, we've come to my all-time favourite Suzy Kendall movie, number 5 on my list, and I'm sorry, number 6 on my list. Absolutely love this movie. This was actually Dario Argento's directorial debut, and what a debut. Oh my word, this is a fantastic movie from start to finish. It basically tells the story of this American writer. Suzy Kendall plays his girlfriend, and he witnesses this murder in Rome, yeah, and what he does, he basically tries to track down this killer before the killer gets him. Oh, it's great, this, guys. Great moments of tension, lovely cinematography and that, and Suzy Kendall again is really on the money in this and that, playing his girlfriend and that. Some really edge of your seat scenes in this. This is not only is this my all-time favourite Suzy Kendall movie, it's my all-time favourite Giallo movie. Yeah, love The Bear with the Crystal Plumage. I've watched it many, many times. And this is actually based on a 1949 pulp novel called The Screaming Mimi, which I haven't yet read, but I fully intend to. Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's the last Suzy Kendall movie I'd like to talk to you about. And my number 1 favourite Suzy Kendall movie, and my number 1 favourite Giallo movie. That is The Bird with the Crystal Plumage from 1970. A fantastic edition by Arrow as well. You can actually get it on 4K as well. But oh yeah, I love The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Okay then, guys, that about winds up my video about the horror thrillers of Suzy Kendall. Are you a Suzy Kendall fan? Leave your comments down below, guys. What's your favourite Suzy Kendall movie? Do you like them all? Do you only like some? Yeah. And do you like, what do you think of her TV appearances and that? You know, she's, as I say, she's been in many, many TV episodes and that. I loved her in The Persuaders and that. She's very good in that. And the movies To Say With Love with Sidney Poitier, you know. And she was in another horror movie, guys. Again, she didn't really have much of a part. I think it was called Circus of Horrors from the mid-60s. She was very good in that and that, you know. And she made 1 or 2 movies after the last one. She made Last Horror. She made, like, you know, in the 70s and that, but they didn't really stand out. But these were the main one, guys. These were the main Suzy Kendall movies and that, you know. Lovely, beautiful lady, one of the most beautiful women I have ever seen to grace the silver screen. She's fantastic in that, and I only wish she'd have made more horror movies, because she's, you know, she's a lovely girl, great talent and that, you know. And all the performances were top notch in all those movies, what I've just talked about and that, you know. And as I say, getting back to the scenery, some of those movies, you know, like Torso and that, you know, and The Bird with the Crystal Plume, beautifully shot and that, you know. And great. I love the twists as well in Torso and the other one, The Bird with the Crystal Plume. So all these movies I highly recommend. If you're not familiar with Suzy Kendall, start building your Suzy Kendall collection up. Yeah, okay, you won't regret it. Okay then, guys, that's it. I enjoyed just doing this video because I absolutely love Suzy Kendall, and as I say, I just wish she'd made many more movies. Very underrated actress and that. Okay then, guys, that's it. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Usually like the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, comment, and all going well. I shall be back again very soon with another video. Take care. Bye for now. If you enjoyed watching this video, guys, you might like to check out my website at www.alantoner.com. You'll be able to find out a little bit more about my work as a writer and all the books I have published to date. Thanks for watching.